These days, with the ever accelerating rate of everyday normal life, the faster we can get what we want, the better. This applies to home delivery, moving up in your career, or getting away on holiday. And for many, it's no different when it comes to reaching their ideal body physique. They want it now, not later. Therefore, today's video will be answering if it's possible to gain muscle and lose fat simultaneously, and what the potential pros and cons of it are if it is. But first, as always, please take note of our disclaimer. Historically, there's been a lot of debate surrounding whether losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time, also known as body recomposition, is possible. Those who are opposed to it do so based on two arguments. Number one, to lose fat, your body needs to be frequently in a caloric deficit daily. A caloric deficit is when your body burns more calories than it consumes. And number two, to gain muscle, your body must frequently be in a caloric surplus day by day. A caloric surplus is the opposite of a caloric deficit, meaning that it's when you burn fewer calories than you are taking in. Accordingly, since we can only either be taking in more calories than we are burning, or burning more than we're taking in on any given day, this is what leads the body recomposition critics to believe it's impossible, which could be understood to be fair. Yet the research suggests otherwise. For example, a 4-week study that prescribed a caloric deficit entailing a 40% reduction compared with recommended dietary allowance, a protein intake of 2.4 grams per kilo of body weight, and resistance exercise training combined with high intensity interval training, 6 days per week, to 20 young men, found that lean body mass increased by 1.2 kilos, while fat mass reduced by 4.8 kilos on average. In contrast, a 2018 study by Hahn et al., lasting 6 weeks, demonstrated that it was also possible while in a caloric surplus. In it, 11 college-age male subjects undertook a 500 caloric surplus daily, 3 days of full body resistance training per week, and a weekly increase in protein consumption by 25 grams per day, meaning 25 grams daily in the first week and 150 grams in the last week. The results showed that free fat mass, of which muscle is a part, increased significantly by 2.93 kilos, while fat mass was reduced by 1 kilo at the same time. And lastly, a 2010 study of 68 female recruits who undertook 12 weeks of basic military training, following a combined strength and cardio program, found that, on average, the participants' total body fat mass decreased by 10%, while their lean muscle mass increased by 9%. However, whether the participants were in a caloric deficit or surplus during this period is unclear. So then, what's the explanation for being able to gain muscle and lose fat simultaneously, despite common belief? Well, we actually don't know yet. A study by Barakat et al. In 2020 proposes that it's unclear how many calories are needed for muscle growth, or how much diet or body fat levels relate to body recomposition outcomes. One possible reason contributing to how we can enhance muscle mass while we're in a caloric deficit may be that we use the calories from the already prevalent fat cells to support growth. But this is only speculative. Whatever the case, it's worth keeping in mind that just because body recomposition is possible, it doesn't mean that it's suitable for everyone. With that said, let's discuss the pros and cons of losing fat and gaining muscle at the same time, and compare them to doing each separately. But just on a side note, if you're interested in undertaking our evidence-based and results-backed personalized Plato weight management program, please click the link in the top right-hand corner of the video or follow the link in the description. Let's start with the pros of body recomposition. If you already have a relatively lean physique and only want to make marginal changes in your body composition, then this method may suit you. It goes without saying that this will allow you to look in great shape in the winter as well as in the summer. Next, maintaining a relatively lean physique is assumed to be a lot of hard work, as often, like most things in life, staying on top over a longer time duration is more challenging than getting there. But body recomposition is actually a lot less work each day, since you won't have to be forcing yourself to eat large amounts of food frequently as you would in the bulking phase. Or, on the flip side, be as nutritionally vigilant as you would be while in a cutting phase. Another pro of body recomposition is you'll spend a lot less time, money, and effort buying, preparing, and consuming meals than if you were bulking for months at a time. In contrast, the main con of body recomposition is that if you're considerably above a healthy BMI, then you really do need to prioritize losing fat over muscle gain for greater health outcomes. The typical calorie intake during body recomposition is about a 250 calorie deficit. Again, we aren't sure of the exact metabolic cost for muscle gain, but too few calories overall daily most likely won't be enough to support it. This marginal deficit is a problem when substantial fat loss is your main objective, since it means that reaching research-supported benchmarks for improved health, like obtaining 5% weight loss from your initial body weight, will take much longer. Also, you can see how this mightn't be the best from a motivation perspective. Instead, it's better to shoot for a caloric deficit twice that at around 500 calories, while working to retain the already prevalent muscle underneath the fat stores rather than increasing it, if weight loss is paramount. This will allow you to keep the health advantages of muscle mass and resistance training, while simultaneously getting the health promoting benefits of fat loss. People with a BMI between 25 and 35 may expect to lose around half a kilo or 1 pound weekly. If you'd like to use a calorie estimator, I've included a link in the description of this video. Similarly, if you're slim and having a hard time making size gains, you should prioritize gaining muscle if that's your goal. Moving forward, the next con of body recomposition is that even though you'll be able to keep a low body fat percentage all year round while putting on some muscle, the lower the body fat percentage you get, the tougher and tougher it will become to gain muscle, in all likelihood. This means that if someone already in top shape were to take pictures of themselves each summer year to year, the progress muscle-wise mightn't be as much as they'd hoped, despite training hard for months on end. Apart from that, the strength gains will also be marginal at best compared to if you were to undertake the standard autumn and winter bulking, followed by the spring cutting. Now, what are the pros of gaining muscle and losing fat separately by undertaking months of bulking followed by months of cutting afterward instead? The first pro of doing both apart is that the difference in strength and muscle gains yearly will be drastically better. Also, because bulking will allow for enhanced carbohydrate consumption, it means that during this phase, you'll have more fuel for exercising alongside just going about your daily activities. That presumes your diet is primarily made of complex carbohydrates though, since a diet that includes mostly refined carbs would have the opposite effect. And the final pro is that you'll get a mental break between dietary restriction periods as you're only human. Many people often get burnt out or reach plateaus if they reduce their daily calories for extended periods. Conversely, a drawback of gaining muscle and losing fat singly is that more time, effort, and money is necessary to eat enough during the bulking phase. Additionally, it's important to remember that when you're bulking and substantially increasing your daily calories, you're not just going to increase your muscle mass. Your fat stores will inevitably increase as well. So the more you go overboard with the calories daily, the more work you'll set yourself up for when you're cutting. Generally, it's advised to keep your caloric surplus to 500 calories for this reason. Finally, the last con of setting out to improve your physique this way is that there's no guarantee you'll ever actually reach the cutting phase. Since people often use bulking as an excuse to eat more saturated and trans fat, in addition to refined carbs, than they would normally, also known as a dirty bulk, they can fall in love with the bulking lifestyle and end up settling for it. To conclude, it's ultimately up to you which route you'd like to take for your fitness goals. We just recommend prioritizing weight loss while still incorporating some type and frequency of resistance training if you're someone considerably outside a healthy weight status. Also, just to point out, we're aware that there's way more pros and cons of each than we had time to get into here. Therefore, if you have any other points to add, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section down below. Additionally, if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. So that has been our video. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.